Here it is, folks. The Ibanez Paul Gilbert Signature Series PGMM11 electric guitar in jewel blue with pink pickups. Is this guitar right for you? Is this guitar right for anyone? Let's find out together. All right, technical specs. Number of strings, 6. Right-handed. Solid body, Paul Gilbert Signature, poplar body material, gloss polyester body finish, color jewel blue. The neck, maple. Neck shape, PGMM, whatever that means. Neck joint, it's a bolt-on. Radius, 15.7. Fingerboard material is Jatoba. Fingerboard inlay, white dots, check. Number of frets, 24. Scale length, 22.2. It's tiny. Here's what it looks like compared to a normal-sized guitar. Nut width, 1.614 inches. Nut material, plastic. Hardware, the bridge is an F106. Simple enough. The tuners are Ibanez tuners. Neck pickup Infinity and bridge pickup Infinity. Infinity R on the neck and the bridge. And you have your 5-way blade pickup switch, which we'll talk about a little more in depth here in a second. It's supposed to come with 10s. These don't feel like 10s. These feel like somebody put 9s on them and then did not adjust the intonation. Case and gig bag are sold separately. First impressions are it's small, which is, I think tiny guitars are hilarious. I have a tiny acoustic and a tiny bass. And here's how I think you should make use of these things. I would never gig with this because the tuning stability is outrageously bad. It might be good to have a clip-on tuner. I really like the Diodario clip-on tuner because it kind of hides behind the headstock there and is reasonably accurate. But for something like this, I think the shorter scale length is the main contributor to this. You're going to need something more really accurate tuner, and you're going to need to tune it a lot. So be prepared for that. It is not very stable. Let's talk a little bit about the electronics in this baby. Let's start with the volume knob here. The volume knob does feel a little cheap. Here's what it does. So it is numbered. You know, it's one of those numbered volume knobs. Here it is on 10. Here it is on 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. So there's a pretty steep roll off there, which is awesome if you want to do kind of those kinds of things. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I wish it were a little less stiff. It feels really stiff. So if you are going to have that sharp roll off of volume between like 3, 2, and 1, I would want something that you can play with a little more and a little more easily, that moves smoothly and more readily to do the little violin swell type stuff. Let's talk about the 5-way pickup selector. First of all, it does feel cheap as well. There's a lot of like wiggle, a lot of lateral movement here, which I don't care for. But here's a little demo. So with it all the way this way, of course, you're going to get your bridge pickup. And then if we flip it up, you'll get these two single coils here, which sound amazing with a cleaner tone. The middle position here is all guns blazing, so both humbuckers. Next position is going to be just this single coil here. Sounds very Paul Gilbert-y. And then finally, just the neck humbucker. One of the things that's interesting about playing on a shorter scale guitar is you can do some really crazy bends. So let's see how far we can go. Perfect fourth. This is the tritone. That's about as far as we're going to go. Okay, is this guitar for you? Is this something you would want to purchase? Well, that depends on what you're planning on using it for. I would say what I use it for is, this is like the one that stays near the TV. This is the one that stays near my comfy chair. And so usually I end up playing it unplugged like this. Where are you? If you don't have a light touch, you're gonna not have a good time. You need to be very careful. It's not only hard to keep in tune, but it's also hard to not bend things out of tune as you play. So something to keep in mind. gotta decide where your elbow is gonna go. If you're really going out of tune and you hit a power chord and it sounds bad, just try to vibrato the whole thing. I don't know, guys. I think it's a decent purchase. 200 and I want to say 250 bucks at Sweetwater. I bought this one for 200 from a music store in Chicago. It's cool just to have it hanging around in your living room. Just pick it up, something to pick up, fart around with while you're watching TV is what I would call it. I would never gig with it. The tuning is just too unstable. And I think you'll notice that whenever you see Paul Gilbert using one of these, he's always got some sort of clip-on tuner happening, like a snark or something. You know, so keep that in mind, I guess. But if you want just something fun to play hanging around the house, I would recommend it. You know, I love the pickups sound surprisingly good to my ears, and I really like the different selections that they put in here with the 5-way selector. I think they're really all useful. One thing that I noticed another reviewer pointed out that I think is important to mention here as well is you know, the pickups are closer together, so you're not going to get as dramatic a difference in the sound that you would get from a bridge and neck pickup in a normally sized guitar, but that's okay. That's cool with me. So anyway, the Ibanez PGM, I already forgot. You can look it up on your own. Check it out. It's fun.